What's up everyone, it is Tyler from Parallax Gaming here with another video. Today we're getting into our patch 8.0.1 tank guide series with the Brewmaster Monk. This is a great tank, probably one of the best, if not the best tank to play right now going into BFA. They have amazing damage smoothing ability, the best out of all the tanks, and their rotation is fairly simple. Their active mitigation is amazing, and of course they have some pretty good CDs as well. So if you guys have any questions throughout the entire guide, make sure to go drop into the comments, ask a question there. We're also on Discord. Go ahead and join our Discord. That's probably the best place. I'm also on Twitch. Go ahead and drop by there. I'm usually live almost every single day. You can ask a question on there. If not, go ahead and follow. And when I'm going live, go ahead and drop in there and ask a couple questions. So let's go ahead and get straight into what the guide's going to be about. First we have talents, second we have stat priority, third we have rotations, fourth CDs and mitigation. We'll have those in the timestamps and description. This is basically going to be a pretty basic guide for anybody that is getting back, coming into BFA, wanting to level this class in BFA, or just new to the class overall. So let's go ahead and get straight into the guide. Alright, let's go ahead and get into our talents. As Brewmaster and Monks, our talent tree is actually fairly simple compared to a lot of other tanks. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Into level 15 tier, we have Eye of the Tiger. That is overall just the best in this tier. So we're going to be going with this pretty much 100% of the time. Eye of the Tiger causes Tiger Palm to apply Eye of the Tiger, dealing 392 nature damage to the enemy and 392 healing to the monk over 8 seconds. Nice little dot and hot right there. Level 30 category is fairly simple as well. This tier, you can pretty much go with every single one of these. They're just movement increases. Most people go with Chi Torpedo as well as myself. It's just an insane mobility talent that you probably would want to go with. It has 2 charges, and you torpedo forward at long distance and increase your movement speed by 30 seconds for 10 seconds after, and it stacks up to 2 times, so it's pretty insane. In the level 45 tier, we have also a fairly simple choice here. You always want to go with Black Ox Brew. You chug some Black Ox Brew, instantly refills your energy, and your Iron Skin Brew and Purifying Brew are recharged back up all the way to the beginning. So if you ever run out of charges, ever run out of energy, pop this instant 2-minute cooldown and you're back all the way up, recharged, and have full energy. Level 60, also a easy talent choice here as well. They are all fairly usable, as in niche spots. Both of them, besides some Black Ox statue. Um, you usually want to go with this one when you're having to pick up a lot of ads. So in Mythic Plus, this might be usable. Tiger Tail Sweep, also very usable in Mythic Plus. You can use your leg sweep much more often, and it also has a bigger range. Ring of Peace, a little bit more situational than the other two. Um, Places a ring on the ground, enemies that enter it will be pushed out of it. In our level 75 tier, this is also a very interesting one. You have 2 choices that are really viable. Bob and Weave is a general one you want to go with for just regular progression and stuff like that. Bob and Weave increase the duration of your stagger by 3 seconds. So Dampen Harm, you can use a lot in Mythic progression as well as Mythic Plus. It's an extra CD for you, a really big CD actually. You reduce all damage you take by 20% to 50% for 10 seconds based on the attack you're being dealt. So a larger attack gets reduced by more than a smaller attack. That is absolutely crazy. So if you get it by a huge attack, you can get reduced by up to 50%. This is really good when you're lacking externals and a raid boss, or in a Mythic Plus where you're just getting smacked in certain parts of the fight, you really just need that extra CD, go ahead and go with this talent. And level 90, this is another one where there's just really one that you want to go with pretty much 100% of the time is Rushing Jade Wind. Summons Whirling Tornado around you, causing 1,000 damage over 8.3 seconds to enemies within 8 yards. Really, this is just the one that almost everybody goes with 100% of the time. In the level 100 category, another one that is really just you're going to be going with high tolerance. Again, probably 100% of the time. Stagger is 8% more effective at delaying damage. You gain up to 15% hate based on your current level of stagger. Insane for stagger effectiveness. You know, you get more effective stagger by 8%. Plus, you gain haste with it, which means you can deal with that stagger coming in just 15% haste, just making that much better to, control how much damage is coming in through that stagger. So let's go ahead and move on into our stat priority. All right, guys, so our stat priority as Brewmasters is probably one of the simplest for tanks, if not the simplest. This is literally all it is. First, we have agility. Second, mastery, critical strike, and versatility are all super insanely even. And in the third spot, we have haste. So this is a basic stat priority that I have up for you on the screen. Um, all the stats are very close, besides haste, which has the lowest value out of all of them. Um, so just to tell you what haste does for Brewmaster, it pretty much increases your energy regen and it lowers the CD on your auto attacks, as well as your Rushing Jade Wind, your Keg Smash, your Iron Skin Brew, and your Purifying Brew, which pretty much indirectly it boosts your survivability because you can have up brews more often and increases your damage output because of Rushing Jade Wind and the Keg Smash. Um, it's really not too overwhelming. It's not that powerful. Um, but our agility is really where we get a lot of our stuff from. It increases our attack power, our dodge chance, and our self-healing. The reason why it increases our self-healing is because it scales with your attack power, so your attack power is increased by agility. Um, Critical strike, our critical strikes is really good. Your critical hit increases, of course, the critical hit with all spells and abilities. Your critical chance also um, gives you the same chance for any heals you receive uh, by an additional 65%, and that's through Celestial Fortune. Um, our mastery is a elusive brawler. It grants you a stacking buff that increases your chance to dodge, which lasts until the next time you dodge. So it's almost like a bad luck protection for your dodge. Um, Versatility increases all your damage and healing done and decreases all damage taken. Versatility is a fairly simple stat for us. So that's pretty much it for our stat priority. Once again, a very basic stat priority and explanations of why it's like this. So let's go ahead and move into our rotation. So the rotation of a Brewmaster Monk is probably one of the simplest, if not the simplest, for tanks. Is pretty much keep a bunch of things on CD and then fill with Tiger Paw. So first off, you want to keep Keg Smash on cooldown, keep Blackout Strike on cooldown, keep Breath of Fire on CD, and also if you're talented in it, which you should be, you want to keep this up 24/7. So whenever it falls off, you keep this up. And again, keep on CD, keep on CD, keep on CD. Fill with Tiger Palm. Cast Tiger Palm is if there's nothing else to do, and make sure you still have enough energy for Keg Smash. If you don't have enough energy for Keg Smash, as soon as it comes up, you're doing something wrong. So lay off of the Tiger Palm and make sure you have enough energy for Keg Smash. It's 40 energy, make sure you have enough of it. And besides that, it is the simplest rotation, guys. You guys can't mess it up. It's fairly simple. Keep these on CD. Keep keep Rushing Jade Wind up at all times, and use Tiger Palm when you have enough energy. Keep enough energy for Kick Smash, and you are absolutely good. So let's go ahead and move into our CD our cooldowns and active mitigation. Alright guys, so as a monk, we really only have 2 cooldowns. However, we can talent into another one, as I was saying, in the talents category. So I'll go ahead and go over our baseline ones, then go ahead and go over the talent that I was talking about. First off, an insanely long cooldown of 7 minutes. We have Fortifying Brew. Turns your skin to stone for 15 seconds, increasing your current and maximum health by 20%, increasing the effectiveness of stagger by 10%, and reducing all damage you take by 20%. Man, that is a mouthful. That is an insane cooldown right there. So this CD is best used for when you're about to take damage. However, you can use it like when you're low on health and it's just an emergency. So you can use it as an emergency cooldown, which is not as effective. However, you can use it as a proactive cooldown. Much better to use it that way. We have Zen Meditation. Zen Meditation, Jesus, I couldn't speak. Which is an interesting CD. It's a casted it's a channeled CD, but it is canceled by being hit by a melee attack or taking another action. So if you use Keg Smash or something, it'll be canceled. So you can use this to either reduce the damage of the next hit you're going to be taken by the boss by 60%, or if the boss is going to be casting something, you can channel this perfectly with the cast, then pretty much reduce all the damage that he would cast onto you by 60%. Um, that is pretty much it for those 2 cooldowns. Like I was saying, there is the Dampen Harm CD, which reduces all damage you take by 20% to 50%. Scaling with how large the attack is, it goes up, and how small it goes down. Like I already went over that in talent, so I just wanted to briefly overview that. So let's go ahead and go into our active mitigation. So our active mitigation is probably one of the more confusing things about Monk. You really have to understand how to use your stagger. Purifying Brew and Iron Skin Brew are really sort of like intertwined. Um, Both of these abilities are really valuable, and if you understand them, you can play Monk very well. Um, so it's not too complicated if you would just you want to simply keep up 100% uptime on your Iron Skin Brew um, over everything else. It increases the amount you stagger, and with stagger, the amount of damage you take is automatically smoothed out through stagger. Um, and then keeping in mind with that, if your stagger is going insane, you can use Purifying Brew, which you take out 50% of the stagger. So it's really not too complex. It's really just understanding that you need to keep up Iron Skin Brew 100% of the time. Um, that like if you have Red Stagger, you're going to probably die. You really, really want to use Purifying Brew. Um, so just understanding that is how you can master Monk. Use Iron Skin Brew 100% of the time. Keep it 100% uptime. If you start seeing Red Stagger, you're probably going to die, and you probably want to use Purifying Brew fairly quickly. If you don't have charges, you should probably use Black Ox Brew to get those charges back, and use Purifying Brew, and you'll be right back on track. There's no issue with that. So that is pretty much it with the active mitigation and the cooldowns. And that brings our guide to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Above all else, I hope you guys learned something through this video, and I hope you bring that to your leveling process into BFA as well as being at 120. Let me know in the comments how the leveling process was for you guys, if it helped you guys. Also, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments as well. Like I said at the beginning of the video, in the description, I have my Twitch and my Discord. Go ahead and drop in any of those. Drop follow on the Twitch and drop on in and ask me any questions you guys have in the comments below. Leave your feedback. What did you like? What didn't you like? Drop a like, drop a dislike, depending on what you thought about the video. Your feedback has really improved our guides throughout Legion and now going into BFA. I hope we can only improve from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. You new guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it and subscribed. And you guys that are already subscribed,
Beware.
welcome back. And I'll see you guys in the next videos. I'll be having more tank guides coming out very soon, and I'll see you guys in those. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching once again.